My beloved child, I know that deep within your heart, you have long yearned for something profound, a clarity you have sought amid the questions and confusion of life. Your heart has grown weary in its longing for a clear sign, for a form of guidance you could hold on to, so you no longer have to walk in uncertainty or fear when making important decisions. You sense that you are standing at the threshold of a new chapter, yet you are still unsure of what to do or where to go. Listen to me, my child. The sign you have long been waiting for is about to be revealed. I have never ignored the silent prayers and deep desires you have lifted up in your moments of solitude. I see it all. I know it all. And in this very moment, when you feel as though you still have not received clear direction, I have already prepared someone special who will soon step into your life to guide you through the next steps of your journey. You may not understand it right away, but trust that their arrival is no coincidence. It has been orchestrated in advance as part of a greater plan. This person will reach out when you are tired and feeling lost. They will lift you up when you no longer have the strength to move forward. They will not be like those around you, for they carry within them a soul that has journeyed through many lifetimes. Though they may be younger than you in age, their soul holds wisdom and experience that cannot be gained in a single lifetime. Do not let appearances lead you to doubt their influence. Their youthfulness may be visible on the outside, but their spirit is ancient, and within them resides a treasure of deep understanding. They are not coming to guide you with mere logic, but with profound spiritual discernment, an intuitive knowing that cannot be fully expressed in words. They will help you perceive things your eyes cannot yet see, and hear truths your ears have not yet grasped. And in their presence, you will realize that age is not a limitation when it comes to the strength of the soul. Their soul will carry a power forged by many lifetimes, one that will help you overcome the challenges that lie ahead. Their arrival will not be a random event, but a pivotal turning point in your life. They will not merely teach you through theory, but they will walk with you through real-life lessons, lessons of patience, of endurance, and of unwavering faith in times of difficulty. They will not offer you an easy path, but the path they reveal will be one that matures you, that helps you understand more deeply who you are and the purpose for which I created you. Through them, doors will open that you never imagined. These doors will lead you into fresh truths about yourself, about the world around you, and about your relationship with me. These will not simply be material opportunities, but spiritual gateways that usher you into the deeper purpose I have destined for your life. The steps you take under their guidance will not be ordinary. They will be significant steps, ones that carry lasting impact, not only for you, but for the lives of those you encounter along the way. They will extend to you an invitation to step into a new season, a season in which you will no longer feel as though you are merely living an ordinary life. You will begin to see that every action, every word, every decision you make is part of a sacred mission that I have prepared for you from the beginning. This will be a season of transformation, a time when your faith will be tested and strengthened, lifted to a higher dimension. The clarity you have yearned for will not come by striving, but by your willingness to step forward and walk through the door that is about to be opened. My beloved child, even though you may not yet grasp the full significance of this change, know that what is about to unfold will mark a pivotal turning point in your journey. The person I have sent to guide you is not merely a teacher, but a companion, one who mirrors the very values you are meant to embrace. They are not coming to replace you, but to help you recognize the greatness already placed within you, so that you may stand firm on the path I have prepared for you. Remember, their guidance will bring more than just knowledge. It will awaken your soul. They will help you perceive what you once could not see, the seeds I planted in your heart long ago, waiting to be acknowledged. And when you step through those doors, you will realize that you are more ready than ever to receive the great blessings I have already set aside for you. My dear one, even if your physical eyes cannot yet see the fullness of what is unfolding, I ask that you quiet your soul and perceive deeply. The one I am bringing into your life is not appearing by chance. They are not a fleeting character in your life's story, but a vital part of the spiritual journey I have laid out for you. It is I, along with the angels I have commissioned to guard and uphold you, who have divinely orchestrated this meeting through eternal wisdom. Though your current situation may seem unclear, and though the purpose of their presence is not yet fully revealed, you must understand that the connection between you and this person is not bound by age, social status, or circumstances. It does not arise from outward similarities or familiar habits, but from a spiritual depth that only awakened souls can discern. This is a sacred bond, a unity not of blood, but of my spirit, an invisible yet unbreakable thread woven from the eternal realm. They may come with a humble appearance, neither boasting nor loud in presence, yet their nearness will stir something unmistakable within you, a profound familiarity that transcends time and logic. You will feel safe to trust, to open your heart, to be understood without the need for many words. This is because the connection was established by me long before you were aware of it. The angels recorded this encounter in the heavenly books, and now I am unfolding a new chapter in your life through this purposeful companionship. You may be surprised to find that someone younger has been entrusted with the role of guiding you into the next phase of your journey. But, my child, remember this: I do not see as man sees. I do not measure influence by age, reputation, or academic standing. I look at the depth of the soul, the yielded heart, the openness to my voice, and this person, though young in years, carries within them a vast reservoir of light. Granted through many lifetimes, through countless spiritual experiences that have shaped them for this moment. They do not merely carry knowledge, they carry a sacred imprint, a divine key crafted to open the door you've stood before many times, yet could not enter. You will begin to notice that something deep within you stirs at their presence. Long-buried dreams, dim visions, faint flickers of hope will begin to awaken. Like a wind breathing through a withered forest, this connection will bring renewed life to your spirit. I am not sending them to replace anything in you, but to illuminate what I have long sown but has not yet sprouted. They will ignite, awaken, and uplift, but they will not control, and in their gentleness you will recognize my hand, leading you ever closer to your divine destiny. This is not merely a personal relationship, but a divine covenant with far-reaching spiritual significance. Every conversation between you and that person, every moment spent together, every quiet encouragement, they are all being recorded by the angels, for within that connection lies the unfolding of things yet to come. Through them you will not only be guided, but also refined, made purer, made ready to receive more, and empowered to walk in the spiritual sharpness I have ordained for you from the beginning. And my child, do not fear if at first you do not fully grasp the purpose of this connection. Do not try to suffocate what I am doing through human reasoning. Sometimes the most wondrous works begin with what seems small and insignificant. I do not require you to understand everything from the start. I only ask you to open your heart, to follow, and to allow me to do my work in you through the one I have sent. That person will not come to exalt themselves, but to lift you up. They are not coming to control, but to serve as a mirror of truth, helping you to see what lies within you, things you may have forgotten. They will not boast of what they carry, but will help you recognize what you already possess. And when you look back, you will know that it was I who sent them, at the right time, in the right season, and for the right purpose. Do not be ashamed when you feel weak in their presence. Do not be embarrassed if you find yourself learning from someone younger. The humility in your heart is the foundation upon which I will pour out my fullness, and I will use that very posture of quiet obedience to bestow upon you wisdom far beyond what you could ask or imagine. Each day you walk alongside them, you will learn, not merely through their words, but through their presence, their way of living, their listening heart, their strength to lift you up. My child, allow me to use the unexpected to bring forth the miraculous. Allow me to lead you into a season where doors that have long been shut will be opened, not by your strength, but by the sacred connection I have ordained. Walk not by the sight of the flesh, but by the eyes of faith. For what is happening now is sacred, beyond human comprehension. Something that can only be explained by one word: grace. And in the days to come, as you journey deeper into this divine connection, all doubt will fade. Everything will become clear. Each piece of the puzzle will begin to fall into place, and you will say with certainty, "It was you, Lord, who did this. It was you who arranged it, and it is you who is writing this story." With love and wisdom that transcends time, keep your heart tender. Keep your faith unwavering. Let the guidance of the Holy Spirit be the light to every step you take, because what is coming is not merely a supportive relationship. It is an anointed connection, consecrated and divinely appointed to lead you into the place where my glory is waiting for you. I know you have carried within you a long-standing yearning, not for fleeting things of this world, but for the fresh, holy life that flows down from heaven. Many times you have asked yourself, "When will the season truly change in my life?" And today I say to you, that time has come. It is no longer a distant promise. It is a reality drawing nearer with every breath you take. You have waited patiently, walked forward in faith, even when you could not see the path clearly. And now, I am fulfilling what I have long written upon, the sacred pages of your destiny. The one I am sending is not merely a sign, but a consecrated vessel chosen to unlock a new journey, a new season, and a new dimension of the calling I have placed deep within your soul. Their presence will be like a wind that breathes life into the embers within you, causing them to blaze with intensity once more, not only to illuminate your own path, but to walk beside you into a sacred journey where the two of you will co-labor in something far greater than yourselves. The connection between you and this person will be unlike any relationship you have known before. It is not built on fleeting emotion, but on a divine harmony I wove from the beginning. This is a connection that transcends time, differences, and circumstances. A relationship covered by mercy, established in wisdom from me, and appointed by angels with care and holy intent. You may feel surprised, perhaps even cautious, wondering why someone who appears younger has been sent to guide you into something so significant. But I invite you to see through the eyes of faith, not through the analysis of logic. For anointing is not tied to age, but to surrender. And it is the surrender in this person, their tenderness to the leading of the Spirit, that is the very reason I have entrusted them with the key to walk you through this transition. They will bring a sense of renewal, not through grand outward displays, but through a presence soaked in truth. They won't need to raise their voice to awaken what has been lying dormant within you. Merely through how they live, through peace, through unconditional love, they will become a mirror reflecting what you've been searching for in yourself. And in this companionship, you will find healing in the most hidden places of your soul, places you were once afraid to touch on your own. Do not fear when you feel your heart growing soft around them. Do not panic when something begins to stir within you, a feeling both unfamiliar and yet strangely known, as though your soul is finding its echo in another. What you are feeling is not fleeting emotion, but the spiritual confirmation of my spirit. You will know, with an indescribable certainty, that this bond was not born of the earth, but of heaven. And then, in this new journey, you will come to learn that sometimes I do not send a dazzling prophecy, but a person who carries the very answer you have whispered for in silence. I do not always move in spectacle, but in closeness. Not in thunder, but in the gentle whisper of a heart that listens. And you will see me through their eyes, hear me in their voice, and feel me in the peace that flows when they are near. You are not alone in this season. This person is not only sent to help you, but to walk with you into fulfillment. I have not placed them above you, nor beneath you. They are your companion, your gatekeeper, your reminder that you have not been forgotten. And along this journey, I will reveal myself not only through divine guidance, but also through the simplest moments, a nod of affirmation, a timely word of encouragement, a gentle touch on the shoulder when you are close to giving up. These will all be used to rebuild your trust, that I am still here, and I am still loving you, with an unchanging love. So, my beloved, do not close your heart. Receive this person as part of my promise. Allow yourself to believe again, to open again, to step forward once more. For this time I am in every step you take, and if you hold firmly to your faith, you will witness not only the transformation of your circumstances, but the transformation of your very being. You will become someone new, stronger, bolder, and filled with my presence in a way you have never known before. The one I have chosen and am about to bring into your journey is not coming to cause a fleeting disruption in your life, but to become a sacred vessel, anointed by me in a divine manner, to break the invisible chains that have kept your soul from full healing. This person is not being sent to fix you, but to walk alongside you as you return to the radiant essence I formed within you from the very beginning. Through their presence, I will open new doors within your soul, doors you once hesitated to enter out of fear of being hurt, misunderstood, or judged. But this person, with unconditional love and deep patience, will help you step into those hidden places without fear. They will hold your hand, and through every conversation, every knowing glance, every quiet moment of companionship, they will awaken parts of you long buried and forgotten, not by force, not through authority, but with a gentleness that comes from my very spirit. You may not realize it right away, but little by little, you will feel a resurrection unfolding within, like a seed long buried beneath the earth, presumed dead, but when touched by the sweet waters of heaven, begins to stir, sprout, and reach once again for the light. This person will be the one who waters your spirit, reminding you that you are not the sum of what has happened to you, but who you are in my eyes. They will see beauty in you that even you have forgotten. They will call forth the divine qualities I placed within you, though they have been hidden beneath layers of pain, doubt, and weariness. And as they lead you into new perspectives, you will begin to see the world no longer through the narrow lens of past wounds. They will not impose their view, but will explore with you. They will help you recognize that the pieces of your life are not broken fragments, but sacred parts of the spiritual mosaic I am completing. Through them, you will begin to understand why I placed you here, in this moment in time, carrying desires, capacities, and questions that are uniquely yours. They will not answer everything for you, but they will walk beside you, asking the right questions at just the right moments, so that you may begin to uncover what I have sown in your heart since the beginning. They will help you understand that every past experience, whether glorious or bitter, was never wasted. I have used it all to shape you into a vessel fit for my kingdom. Every tear you've shed will become the soil for the compassion I want you to carry to others. And through that process, I will use them as a mirror, not to show you where you fall short, but to remind you that in me, you have always been enough. You are being prepared, not for a season of ease, but for a transformation that will shake the old foundations that have confined you for too long. I do not only wish to heal you, I desire to make you entirely new. I do not only want you to know the truth, I want that truth to become the very substance of your being, woven into every choice you make, every word you speak, and every breath you take. And this person, whose presence I have ordained, will be the catalyst through whom this transformation will unfold. Naturally, yet profoundly. The transformation you are about to enter will not resemble anything you have ever experienced before. It will not come like a whirlwind that uproots everything in its path, but like a gentle rain that softens a parched field. You will not lose yourself. You will find yourself again. You will not be consumed. You will be made whole. And as you begin to see life from a new vantage point, not only through pain, but through hope, you will no longer live as a mere survivor, but as one who has been fully restored. That person is not the only source of light, but they will reflect my light in a way that is vivid and full of life. They will not overshadow you, but instead, awaken the light within you, so that together both of you will become torches in the night for a generation weary and longing for true love and heavenly truth. In this way, the connection between you and that person will not merely be a bond between two individuals. It will be the convergence of two divine missions, harmonized to fulfill a part of my greater plan on the earth. And in that process, you will find yourself being lifted, not by praise, but by deep understanding. You will no longer feel judged by past failures, but received in the presence of healing and grace. That person will not preach lofty words at you, but will live beside you a life that reflects my love. And in that very simplicity, I will reveal to your soul the deepest revelations. My child, do not fear transformation. Do not be afraid when everything seems to shift. It is I who am moving things, to bring you into a place of greater strength. Everything is being prepared. You are entering a season where resurrection is no longer a concept but an experience. Healing is no longer something you cry out for in tears. It becomes something you live in, daily and fully. I know that questions may be rising quietly within your heart. You may be whispering to yourself, Lord, how will I know when it comes? How can I recognize your hand amidst all the change? I do not rebuke you for that gentle doubt. On the contrary, I treasure the honesty of your soul, for I understand that when your desire is to walk rightly in my will, the caution in your spirit is a sign of your faithfulness. But today I am calling you to let go of anxiety and replace it with deeper trust. My beloved, you do not need to have all the answers. You do not need to grasp the entirety of the plan. What I ask of you is a heart that listens, a spirit that obeys, and a soul that is ready. For I, the one who formed the earth and named the stars, have also drawn the map for your life with wisdom far beyond human understanding. And now, you are stepping into a phase where every detail has been arranged by my own hand, nothing by chance, nothing out of place. Remember this: everything I do begins in stillness, not with thunder, but with a gentle breeze, not through force, but through the quiet peace of my presence. So what I am doing will not come with noise or chaos. It will arrive like refreshing waters soaking into parched ground. The change that is approaching is not meant to unsettle you, but to place you within a grand design, a journey that will make you declare, "Yes, this is what I was born for." My angels, those holy servants of my will, have already been sent ahead to prepare the way. Silently, they are removing obstacles that once seemed immovable. They are unlocking doors you once stood before, believing they would never open. They are paving the path for that person, anointed and appointed by me, to enter your life not with force, but with gentleness, like the dawn quietly rising over the sky after a long night. You will not need to strive to create this connection. You will not need to fight for attention or try to make sense of everything that is unfolding. It will happen in a way that is simple, yet profoundly beautiful. Like two rivers flowing in the same direction, finally meeting, as though they were always meant to converge. You will not have to wrestle with your soul to accept it. On the contrary, it will arrive with a sense of rightness, at the right time, in the right way. It will carry no burden of tension, but instead bring a gentle peace. It will not resemble possession, but rather feel like an invitation into something greater, deeper, and holier. I want you to understand this. What I am preparing for you is not merely an opportunity, but a revelation. This is not a coincidence. It is part of a divine destiny I penned for you even before you were formed in your mother's womb. Before you could even articulate the longing in your heart, I had already laid the foundation for the fulfillment you are now about to step into. And now, as your heart has softened, as your soul has been refined through trials, I am opening a door to lead you into the next chapter, a chapter of fulfillment and glory. You do not need to fear losing your way, for I am guiding you, step by step. The one who is coming is not here to take your place, but to walk beside you, to uplift you, and to awaken something within you. This connection will not carry the shape of old relationships you have known. It will not be governed by fleeting emotions, but nourished by divine wisdom. It is not meant to satisfy personal needs, but to fulfill my will in both your lives. They will arrive at the appointed time, neither early nor late, and you will know beyond a shadow of doubt. You will not need anyone else to validate it, for my spirit within you will bear witness to it. A deep peace, an invisible encouragement, and a sense of belonging will take root in your soul as confirmation that you are walking in my will. You will feel led, not dragged, invited, not pressured. It will be the kind of feeling that can only arise from the harmony between heaven and earth, between what I have orchestrated and the readiness of your soul. My beloved, release your fears about the future. Let go of the need to control every step of the way. I am calling you to live in rest, not a rest born of carelessness, but of deep trust that I am sovereign over all things. Let me lead you in the way I choose, not in the way you had imagined. For if you dare to surrender to the flow I have designed for you, you will be taken to places far beyond any dream you've ever dared to dream, vast spiritual territories. layers of vision never before unveiled, and connections that transcend all logic will be given to you, not by your own efforts, but by my faithfulness. You may sense that something is shifting in the unseen realm around you. Perhaps you cannot yet define it or fully grasp it, but your spirit knows that a new season is forming, and I declare this clearly to you. This is not merely an external change, not simply a physical relocation from one place to another. This is a full shaking within your spirit, your emotions, your thoughts, and even the way you define your very self. The angels I have appointed are encamped around you, whispering through the wind, through the light, through sudden moments of peace that slip into your half-waking sleep. They want you to understand that this transformation is unlike anything you've encountered before. It is not a departure born of pain, not an escape from the shadows of your past, but a complete transition, a journey into the deeper, broader, and truer essence of who you truly are. You are being called not merely to leave the old behind, but to step directly into the promised land I have prepared. This change is a blessing disguised in the appearance of challenge. It is a journey back to the very essence into which I personally breathed life. I know this is not easy. I know you have grown accustomed to fear and have assumed that change always comes with loss. But this time, you are not losing. You are reclaiming. You are not letting go of something, but rather recovering what has long rightfully belonged to you. This spiritual transformation will shake even the deepest parts of your soul. It will awaken dreams you thought had died, rekindle promises you believed were forgotten. What you once considered over will now be renewed in the light of truth. The truth that I have never forgotten, the truth that you have never been abandoned, and the truth that I remain faithful to finish what I began in you. This is a divine alignment with your sacred destiny. It is the moment when every part of you begins to harmonize with the call from heaven. When your heart, your mind, your emotions, and your steps begin to move in unison toward the future I have woven with threads that cannot be broken, not by time, nor by circumstance. My child, do not be surprised if, in the coming days, you begin to sense inner shifts, gentle yet undeniable waves of change. Perhaps new ideas will arise, ones you had never thought of before. Perhaps your emotions will become unusually sensitive. Perhaps your self-awareness will deepen with startling clarity. None of this is random. It is the result of an internal reordering, a sign that your soul is responding to a sacred call. And when the old begins to tremble, do not be afraid. When what once felt stable starts to shake, do not think you are failing. It is I who am uprooting what no longer bears fruit to plant new seeds from heaven. You are not losing your foundation. I am laying a new one. A foundation no longer built on fear but on faith, no longer built on survival but on the solid assurance of your true identity in me. The angels are going ahead of you, clearing every obstacle, unlocking shackles you didn't even know you were still wearing. They are shielding you, encouraging you, and guarding you in every step of your movement. You will not be left alone in the midst of transition. You will not be forced to adjust to what you cannot yet understand. Everything will come as an unveiling, not noisy or chaotic, but natural, like dawn breaking after a long night. You will not recognize it merely with your mind, but through a sacred resonance between you and my spirit. There will be ordinary moments carrying divine weight, encounters that seem random but are in fact orchestrated, words that appear simple but carry prophecy, and you will know, in the deepest way, that everything is unfolding according to heavenly design. Do not let uncertainty cause you to hesitate. Do not let the lack of clarity make you shut the door I am opening. You do not need to see the entire path. You only need to take the first step. And as you step forward in faith, I will illuminate each part in its time. I am not asking you to understand everything. I am only asking you to believe that I am leading. And once you trust me, everything will naturally fall into place. Just as the stars know their position in the universe I created. This change is not simply to bring blessings to you, but through you, blessings will flow to others. I am renewing you so that, through you, I may also renew the very land upon which you set your feet. You are not called merely to be healed, but to become a vessel of healing. Not just to be restored, but to serve as a conduit of restoration for souls who are desperately longing for the light. My beloved child, when divine timing knocks at your door, I long for you to no longer linger at the threshold of hesitation. The time has come for you to release the old things that once held you back. The time has come for you to stop avoiding, stop doubting yourself, and stop questioning my ability within you. The time has come for you to stretch beyond the comfort zone that has become nothing more than a fragile shell of invisible fears. Today I speak clearly to your heart. Rise and step forward, for what I have ordained is closer now than ever before. The young person whom I am preparing to bring into your life is not coming to make you dependent, but to awaken in you the things that have long been dormant. They are not arriving with all the answers to your questions, but they will be like a fresh breeze blowing into the dry garden of your heart after many repetitive days. They will carry a vibrant energy, and through the way they live, the way they believe, and the way they act, you will begin to see life from a different perspective, a brighter one, a more hopeful one, a truer one. I am not simply sending you a person, I am sending you a mirror. Not one to reflect your flaws, but one to stir your spirit, to inspire you, to remind you that you are still alive, still called to move forward, still carrying within you an unfinished mission. This person will not articulate it in lofty or formulaic words, but by their very presence, your heart will be stirred, your creativity reawakened, and your faith ignited like dry straw catching flame. You may feel challenged. Indeed, you will be gently pushed beyond the limiting thoughts you've once accepted as your nature. You will be invited to question the things you once believed were unchangeable. This person will not impose anything upon you, but their very way of living will act as a quiet invitation. An invitation to rediscover forgotten potentials, to step beyond the narrow frame you've outgrown, so that I may paint something new upon the canvas of your life. You will grow, not because they carry you like a crutch, but because you will learn to stand firmly from a strength within you that has been awakened. It will be through your interactions with them that you begin to reflect upon yourself, not to criticize or condemn, but to begin loving yourself in the way I love you, fully, tenderly, and yet powerfully encouraging. And this growth will not feel like a burdened step forward, but like a gentle unfolding of your heart, your vision, and your mind. Your angels are declaring in unison from the unseen realm, the time has come, dear one. The time has come to receive change as a gift, not a burden. The time has come to open your hands to the new instead of clinging to what once felt safe but now no longer fits. Wings are gently brushing your shoulders, not to force you to take flight, but to remind you that you've had wings all along. And now is the time to soar. This change is not merely a shift in your physical location or your societal role. It is a spiritual transition, when your heart becomes soft enough to embrace what once frightened you, and strong enough to walk away from what no longer belongs. This is the moment when your soul begins to hear the call that comes from beyond your comfort zone, and you walk, not because everything is certain, but because you trust. You may still feel hesitant, I know that. But let me ask you, what has made you pause? Is it the fear of being wrong? The fear of being hurt? Or have you simply grown too accustomed to the feeling of not being chosen? But my dear child, it is I who have chosen you. I did not choose you only once in the past. I am still choosing you now, even in the midst of your hesitation. I am not disheartened by your delay, but I am inviting you to move more swiftly, for the appointed time is drawing near. The one I am sending your way will not be the answer to everything, but they will be a bridge. And if you dare to cross it, you will step into a land you never knew your soul longed for. Not because it will be easy, but because it belongs to you. Not because there will be no challenges, but because I will be with you in every challenge. And that person, with eyes that carry deep understanding and a heart capable of loving without condition, will walk beside you, not to lead you, but to walk with you. Give me one step, and I will unfold the path. Give me one nod, and I will set the angels in motion. Give me just one moment of courageous belief, and I will cause heaven itself to move in your favor. Do not let the past define you any longer. Do not let old wounds stop the new hand that is reaching out to help you heal. Do not close the door just because the last time you opened your heart, it hurt. I do not promise a journey without hardship, but I promise you will never be alone. And with every step you take, you will become a new version of yourself, closer to who you were always meant to be, closer to me than ever before. My beloved, now that you stand at the threshold of an entirely new season, let me whisper to your soul what heaven has long been keeping. The doors are slowly opening, and the light from the other side is streaming into your heart as a sacred confirmation that it is time for you to walk through with courageous steps and a heart full of trust. Perhaps the change ahead still takes you by surprise. Perhaps it causes you to hesitate, to wonder if you're truly ready, but I want you to know this. Within that very sense of awe, something deeper is being awakened. The call of destiny, the very longing your soul has been silently holding for so long. Do not mistake this for a detour. What is unfolding is not an interruption in your journey. It is a vital part of the sacred design I have been weaving into your life all along. This is not a random turning point, but a long-prepared unveiling that began long before you even realized you would need it. Do not let fear convince you that the unexpected is not of me. On the contrary, I am the one placing you in this new position, a position that will elevate you to a height your mind cannot yet fully imagine. But your soul knows. It has whispered in the night, there is more than this. I was created for something greater. My dear one, this transformation is not only about the place you will go, but about the person you will become along the way. This is not merely a change of environment. It is a transformation from within. When your very being begins to resonate in harmony with heaven's calling, when I shift the external position of your life, it is because I am doing a deeper work within. I never lead you to a place your inner self has not been prepared for. And now, because you have allowed me to refine you, to prune and teach you in the quiet, you are more ready than ever to step into the next part of your divine destiny. Your angels, the ones who have quietly guarded you in the shadows, are now surrounding you with a gentle message. Do not fear the shift that is coming. Do not let the unfamiliarity of what's unfolding cause you to close the very door that is opening before you. They know that your faithfulness has been proven through seasons of testing. They know that your belief has held firm even when waves of doubt tried to erode it. And now they stand in joyful anticipation, because this moment is not random. It is the culmination of a long and persistent season of sowing. Change is no longer something to be feared, but something to be embraced, as a clear sign that you are on the right path. And the young person I mentioned before, the one chosen to walk into your journey, is not coming to take a place or to fill a void. They are coming to add something sacred to your unfolding story. Like an instrument added to a symphony, they will enrich the melody I've been composing through your life. They are part of the expansion I am orchestrating, not to dim your light, but to amplify the resonance you carry. Through them I will revive what you thought had run dry. Through them I will refine the gifts within you, so they may shine brighter, flow deeper, and emerge right on time. You may be surprised to find that your connection with them does not follow the logic of this world. Your heart may stir with a tenderness that feels strange, yet true, a quiet affirmation of rightness that bypasses intellect. Trust that feeling. It is a confirmation from me. I am the God of divine order, and everything I arrange is shaped by love, never by coincidence. Do not overanalyze. Do not seek clarity through the lens of reason. Let your spirit be led by faith. For the most beautiful things I give you are never born from understanding. They are born from trust. My beloved, in your prayers and dreams, you may not have asked for this shift by name. Perhaps you never expected it to come in the way that it now arrives, unannounced and shaking what once seemed stable. But I tell you this with tenderness and truth. When the shift begins, you will not feel panic. On the contrary, there will be a deep inner knowing rising within you, a grounded and unmistakable sense that you are stepping into something sacred, something long written in the book of your destiny. No one will need to tell you. No sign will need to appear. Your heart will know. It will thrum like a string struck at its perfect tone, as if your whole being whispered in stillness, "This is it." And in the midst of this transformation, you will sense something even greater than comprehension, the quiet yet powerful presence of your angels. They will not shout nor startle you with grand gestures, but they will wrap you in a stillness that feels remarkably safe. They will walk beside you like silent friends, guiding you across the bridge between what was and what is to come. They are not merely leading you into a new place, but into a new version of you, where your spirit aligns more deeply with the original essence I breathed into you at the dawn of your creation. Everything that once made you feel like a stranger in your own story will begin to dissolve. Every knot that once left you confused will begin to loosen, for you are not simply being moved into a new location. You are being returned to yourself, to the truest part of who you are, once hidden beneath wounds and worldly expectations. And yes, my child, this transition will not be without cost. It will require you to stretch beyond the familiar places of comfort. It will ask you to shed old habits, to lay down outdated definitions of who you thought you were. It may leave you feeling unsteady in the beginning, as if the world around you is shifting faster than you can find your footing. But I promise you this, every moment of shaking is designed to root you more firmly in me. Every challenge is a doorway to deeper revelation and faith, and every limit you believed you could not surpass will become the very threshold through which you enter into greater wisdom and spiritual maturity than you've ever known before. There will be moments when you find yourself wondering, what am I doing here? Is this truly meant for me? And it is in those very questions that I will whisper the answers deep into your soul. You will find yourself placed in situations, encountering people, and experiencing moments that only make sense once you've stepped into them, revealing that each one was an essential piece of the grand tapestry I am weaving. And there, in territories you've never ventured, both in the visible world and in the unseen realms, you will begin to uncover truths about yourself that you never realized you carried. I have planted within you rare and sacred gifts, unique abilities, and spiritual strength that can only be awakened through this divine stirring. What once seemed hidden will gradually take form. You will begin to speak things you never dared to say, feel what you never gave yourself permission to feel, and walk with a confidence that does not arise from praise, but from the deep knowing that you are in the right place, at the right time, living the right role. I did not bring you to this place simply to survive. I brought you here to thrive, to move forward with a strength that will one day surprise even you when you look back. Do not think this change is something separate from what I promised you long ago. It is the very continuation of that promise. It is the answer that didn't arrive in the form you expected, but came at the exact moment you were most ready to receive it. Let your heart open wide enough to make room for the new thing to take root and bear fruit. For I do nothing halfway. I do not sow seeds in your heart without the intention of bringing them to bloom. And one day, my beloved, when you stand in this newfound steadiness, when you look at yourself in the mirror and see brighter eyes, a bolder voice, and a heart fuller of love, you will know. It was I who brought you through. It was I who placed that young soul beside you to reflect light, to awaken life, and to walk with you through the journey of transformation. You will no longer fear change. You will no longer shrink back at the sound of heaven's wind. For you will have learned this truth: wherever there is movement, there is life. And wherever life is being restored, there I am at work. So do not resist. Do not delay the inevitable. Step into this renewal with gratitude, with wide open eyes and a heart fully ready. The angels are holding you up. I am driving out every shadow. And you? You are standing exactly where I desire you to be. Not to become someone else, but to become more fully, more brightly, more deeply, and more powerful yourself than ever before. You were made for this, and I will not stop until it is fulfilled. For I am faithful, and you are my delight. I am calling you into a deeper surrender, not through reluctance, but with childlike trust, the kind that leaps into a father's arms believing it will never be dropped. It is time to gently release the ripple of questions, to let go of the persistent doubts like, what if I'm wrong, or what if I'm not enough? Let me lift away every quiet hesitation that has made you hold back from stepping forward. Let me remove the fear that has anchored your feet to lands that have become mere memories. You were not made to dwell in the neutral zone of maybe or possibly. You were made to walk in certainty, not because you always know the outcome, but because you know the one who leads you. Know this, my child. Everything that is happening, every shift taking place behind the veil of your life, is in my hands. Not a single detail escapes my oversight. Not a single turning point is random. Everything is moving precisely according to the divine order I set into motion long before you were formed in your mother's womb. When you feel things beginning to shift from your thoughts and emotions to your relationships and circumstances, know that you are not being tossed in chaos, but lifted by the wind of my spirit, carrying you to the very place where you truly belong. And then the time will come when that person steps into your life, the one I have quietly prepared, molded, and led so that they might meet you in this destined moment. When they arrive, you will not need excessive outward confirmations to believe that this is from me, for your spirit will recognize it deeply. It will feel like an echo from eternity touching your soul, leaving you still in the quiet realization, this is no coincidence. This is a gift, a sacred gift, a gift wrapped in obedience and delivered precisely at the moment your heart is ready to receive. This person does not come to change you into someone else. They come to walk with you into the fullness, the wholeness I designed for you from the very beginning. You will not lose yourself in this connection. On the contrary, you will find yourself more deeply. The parts of you that had grown silent will be awakened. The wounds that had no name will be touched and healed, and all of this not because this person is exceptionally skilled or powerful, but because they are anointed by me to be a companion on your sacred journey. This journey is not merely a physical relocation. It is not simply moving from one place to another as if shifting positions on a map. No, my child, this is about the movement of destiny itself. This is the transition from preparation to fulfillment, from waiting to manifestation. This is the moment when the destiny I engraved within you is being awakened and revealed, and geography, be it a city, a region, or a home, is merely the canvas upon which I will construct a new life, one that carries spiritual meaning far deeper than anything the human eye can perceive. You may find that things unfold more swiftly than you expected. You may feel your heart caught between excitement and uncertainty. That is normal. I do not fault you. But I want you to know this. Faith does not require perfect readiness, only a heart willing to move even while trembling. If there is only one thing you bring with you into this new chapter, let it be trust. Trust that I am the one who fulfills every promise I speak. Trust that I do not begin what I do not intend to finish. Trust that I do not place something precious in your hands only for it to be lost, but for you to treasure it and protect it with me. And one day, when you look back, perhaps while standing in a new room or sitting beside the one I sent, or even as you speak a word of wisdom that surprises even yourself, you will whisper in your heart, I have stepped into my destiny. Peace will not come because everything unfolded according to the plan you once made, but because you will know deep within that you are exactly where I have placed you. And in that stillness, you will realize that all the waiting, all the times you turned down what was not from me, all the small steps of obedience, they were never in vain. So now, my child, I call you, step forward, not with hesitation, but with open arms. Let go of the false assumptions, of the old mindsets that told you you're not worthy, not good enough, that others are always chosen instead of you. I do not seek perfection. I seek willingness. And you have been refined, you have been taught, you have been led to this moment to say, Lord, I believe. This is not a sudden beginning. This is the next chapter in a sacred story, written in love and faithfulness. A story in which no one else can take your place. A journey where every step you take carries eternal significance. And I, the one who writes every chapter in the book of life, am moving you from the silence into the crescendo, where destiny and grace converge, and you walk not merely to live, but to reveal my glory upon this earth. I see the moments when you glance back at what is old, at familiar habits and places that no longer carry life, yet still offer you a sense of safety. I know why you hesitate, why you hold on. Deep within you there is still a lingering fear that if you let go, you will lose your sense of direction, that if you take a step forward, you will have to face things you cannot control. But, my child, growth is never birthed in the land of comfort. No one rises in the soil of stagnation. No one discovers the greatness within them by remaining in a place where their soul is no longer being challenged. I have watched you walk through seasons that were not easy. I have seen how tightly you have clung to what once upheld you. And now, I am inviting you to release them. Not because they were wrong, but because their assignment has come to completion. I am calling you out of invisible boundaries into a space where truth will echo more powerfully in your heart, where things you never imagined will become reality. Not by your might, but because you dared to believe in me. Now, the angels assigned to your life are whispering in unison, "The time has come." This is not a moment to delay, not a time to weigh pros and cons over uncertain things. This is the hour of faith in action. This transition is not simply about changing your physical location or surrounding environment. It is heaven's declaration that you are being elevated into a new dimension of your calling. It is the moment where destiny is no longer a distant concept, but a living, breathing experience unfolding daily in your life. You may feel as if you are leaving behind what once defined you, but you are not losing anything. You are returning to the truest version of yourself, the one I designed and named before the foundations of the world. Where you are going is not the final destination, but the beginning of a season of accelerated growth. It is the place where you will hear my voice more clearly, understand your heart more deeply, and see your identity through my lens, not through the distorted filters of past experiences. My child, in this divine shift, the most precious thing is not what you will gain on the outside, but what will be awakened within you. You will begin to realize that there are abilities, gifts, and heavenly visions that I sowed into your spirit from the beginning, seeds that now only in this season are ready to emerge. Like a seed buried in the dark, enduring silence and pressure, but when its time comes, it breaks through the soil with strength beyond expectation. That is you, my beloved one. Nothing I placed in you has been forgotten. Every dormant potential is about to be awakened, layer by layer, breath by breath, moment by moment. True maturity does not come from knowing more, but from living in alignment with the calling within your soul. It begins when you stop waiting for perfect certainty and start moving in faith. It emerges when you leave shallow waters and step into the depths of your spirit, where you no longer lean on external things but cling to one thing alone, me. And in that place, you will not merely survive, you will live fully, rightly, radiantly, and with purpose, the purpose for which I created you to fulfill. The young person I have appointed for your life will not arrive to control you or dictate your path. They will come as a companion, a mirror reflecting the beauty within you, so you can finally see what you've always carried but never clearly recognized. Through their presence, you will be inspired not only to dream of great things, but to act on them. Through their influence, you will learn to challenge the old limitations rooted in your thinking and instead begin to live as though nothing is impossible, because I, the one who walks with you, have said so. And then, The things you once feared will shrink in size. The places that once felt suffocating will no longer have power over you. For when you move in alignment with my divine will, you carry the atmosphere of heaven with you. Wherever you go will be transformed. Not because the place itself is extraordinary, but because your presence there brings my glory. You will walk in an unshakable peace, a wisdom that cannot be stolen, and a steadfastness that cannot be bought by anything this world offers. You will become a living sign of my grace for those who dare to believe. So now, my child, close your eyes and feel. My breath is nearer than ever. The footsteps of angels surround you. They have not come to force you, but to fortify you. They are not here to do it for you, but to remind you that you are not alone. They are saying, "The time has come, and now I speak it too." Go forth. Step out of the familiar. Step beyond the old boundaries. Step into the place where true growth awaits you, where the light will not only guide your path but reveal the beauty of who you are within the calling I have etched into your soul. This transition you are facing is not merely a change in environment, but a sacred journey, one that unfolds a new path not only before you, but within you. Outwardly, you may find yourself entering unfamiliar lands, stepping into places your feet have never touched. But the most important shift is that you are entering an uncharted territory within your own spirit. This is not just a relocation of space, it is a revelation of your true identity, the one I planted within you from the beginning of time. This movement is a stirring from within, a call to go deeper than you have ever dared, even in your most hidden longings. It is not here to turn you into someone different from yourself, but to return you to the truest version of who you are, fuller, stronger, and clearer. It is time for you to stop living according to patterns imposed from the outside and to begin living from the sacred blueprint written into your spirit, where I have marked you with my breath and eternal love. And along this path, you will not walk alone. The one I have appointed, the one who will accompany you through this divine shift, is part of my plan to restore and elevate you. They are not coming to lead you by the hand, but to walk beside you, as a living reminder that you are loved and called to something far greater than you ever imagined possible. Through their eyes, you will begin to see yourself differently, with deeper honor, with genuine encouragement, and with a challenge to rise beyond what you once believed you were capable of. I know there have been paths you walked for so long that they began to feel like the only way. There have been limitations in your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors that you mistook for your personality, when in truth they were invisible walls built from pain, rejection, and voices that did not come from me. And now, through the presence of this companion, I will use them as a mirror to reflect back the light you once denied, avoided, or believed did not belong to you. They are not here to fix you, because I need no one to heal you on my behalf, but through them, you will come to realize that you are worthy of living fully. You are worthy of believing in the goodness within yourself. You are worthy not just to survive, but to shine in the very midst of this world. Their encouragement will not make you dependent, but will lead you into freedom. Their companionship will not make you weaker, but will help you see that the greatest strength lies in your willingness to let your heart be tender before the love that comes from me. You will begin to see doors opening, doors of opportunity, doors of divine connection, and doors of spiritual gifting. But above all, the most important door that will open is the one through which you begin to see yourself through the lens of truth. No longer will you be confined by the labels of others. No longer will you be bound by the weight of painful memories. No longer will you be a shadow moving through dreams shrouded in doubt. You will begin to see yourself as a child, chosen by me, prepared by me, and called by me to walk into a sacred mission. You will begin to speak aloud the things you once only dared to whisper in your heart. You will find the courage to make decisions that you previously avoided. You will take your place in spaces you once believed were not meant for you, and in each of those moments, I will be with you. I will guide you from within. I will increase the voice of wisdom inside you, so that the noise of the world will no longer sway you. For maturity does not come from knowing more. It comes from living in alignment with the truth I planted in you from the beginning. The one who walks alongside you will also be the one who reminds you of the courage you once thought you had lost. When you feel tempted to retreat, they will take your hand and say, "You can." When you feel like collapsing, they will say, "Look again to the one who called you." And when you try to shrink yourself to please the world, they will say, "Live boldly, as heaven has destined you to." And you will know it is not because they are wiser, but because I am using them as a megaphone to amplify the voice of my spirit already within you. My beloved, do not underestimate the shifts taking place in this season. Every time you say yes, every time you open your heart, every time you walk away from what no longer serves you, you are turning a page in the sacred story written uniquely for your soul. I do not require perfection from you. I require honesty. And when you walk in truth, you will be led into a land where faith becomes the foundation, my presence becomes your light, and my love becomes your unending source of life. This is your time. This is the season when what is within you begins to harmonize with what I am preparing around you. This is the moment when dreams long forgotten will awaken. This is the season where you will stop saying, "Maybe someday," and begin to live as though it is happening now. For calling does not wait for the perfect conditions. It waits for a ready heart. And your heart, my precious one, is already beating in rhythm with heaven. So take the leap. Let me lead you to the place where your light can no longer be hidden. Let the one I send show you how I see you, not through the filter of your wounds, but through the glory that is ready to be revealed. And trust this, you are not just changing locations, you are stepping into a deeper layer of destiny, where your truest self and my divine purpose intersect. And from that place, transformation will not only come to you, it will overflow into every life you touch. For this is what I have ordained. And you are the one I have chosen. The one I have prepared to walk with you is not merely a companion for the journey of everyday life. They are the catalyst I have divinely appointed to awaken within you the hunger to live a life no longer suffocated by limitations, fear, or societal expectation. They have been sent to stir the noblest version of yourself, the part that, for so long, has been buried beneath internal battles and layers of pain, to the point that you began to forget, or perhaps never even believed, you were worthy of becoming it. Their presence in your life will not arrive with noise or spectacle, but will be as profound as the gentle echo of a soul whisper. They are not coming to fix you, for you are not broken. What you truly need is to be seen in the right way, and through their gaze, sincere, honoring, and full of understanding, you will come to recognize the truth that you have always carried within you, the seed of a life full of blessing, a life handcrafted by me. When you are with this person, you will begin to dream again, not with fleeting fantasies, but with a renewed courage to desire what aligns with the divine destiny I have ordained for you. This person will not merely be a fleeting inspiration, but a living testament that love can be healthy, constructive, and uplifting. They will stir in you a longing not just to survive, but to live rightly, to live truthfully, and to live in alignment with the sacred calling within you. They will not push you to rush forward, but will gently encourage your steps. They will not pressure you, but they will remain near whenever you need to pause. Through them, you will learn that to love is to allow the other to grow without losing their essence. And through them, you will understand that sacred love does not bind. It liberates. The angels are gently guiding both of you toward one another, not merely so that you may find a companion, but so that I may fulfill a crucial part of a much greater plan. This is not an ordinary relationship. It is an intersection of two destinies, a sacred crossing where seeds once sown in tears will begin to bear fruit in this new season. The journey the two of you are about to step into is far more than a personal connection. It is a shared mission, a path on which you both will learn how to love, how to uplift, how to walk in the light, and how to carry that light together into the world. This connection will open doors you never thought to imagine, not because you were unworthy, but because until now you hadn't been free enough to dream that far. But now, in the presence of this one, this person whom I have anointed and appointed, you will begin to believe that you are not only allowed to hope for what is good, but that you were in fact chosen to live in that goodness. Love will no longer be something you doubt, but a safe haven in which your heart may open, find healing, and rise again. And so, day by day, step by step, you will begin to see the world differently, not because the world has changed, but because your vision has. You will no longer look through the lens of doubt, self-protection, or anxiety, but through the eyes of someone who has witnessed divine intervention. You will begin to see my hand in what once seemed ordinary, in a well-timed embrace, in an unintentional word of encouragement, in a silent moment of deep understanding. You will no longer feel the need to battle alone, for beside you will be one who shares in the burden, not to erase it, but to lighten it through the strength of true love. This movement, this divine shift, will not only change where you dwell, it will reshape the lens through which your inner world sees. It will usher you into a deeper understanding of yourself, of the world around you, and especially of me. The places your feet tread will carry a different weight, for you yourself are being transformed. And when you are transformed, everything you touch is changed with you. Do not be surprised if in the coming days you begin to feel as though you are being born anew, not of the flesh, but of the spirit. The parts of you that were once wounded will begin to mend. The inner voices of criticism will grow quieter. The limiting beliefs that once kept you bound will slowly be replaced by the sacred truth that you are my beloved child, and you were created to reflect my glory on this earth. That person will not be your source of light, for I am the only light, but they will be like a clear window through which my light can pour more easily into your life. Through them you will see me more clearly. Through them you will trust me more deeply. Through their presence you will come to believe that I never abandon you, that every whispered prayer offered in tears has been heard, and that every hope that seemed to have died was in truth only being kept in the sacred silence of preparation for a season of restoration. My beloved, do not be afraid when everything around you begins to shift. I am the one who does not change amidst all that is changing. I am the firm foundation when everything else trembles. And now, as I open this door before you, a door of divine connection, a new journey, a deeper awareness of your calling, there is only one thing I ask of you. Step into it with faith, with an open heart, and with eyes ready to see yourself in the light of truth. You have cried out for change, not merely to escape a reality that feels suffocating, but because deep in your soul, you have always known you were born for something greater. And today, I tell you this: the movements unfolding around you are not by chance. They are the response of heaven, the sacred echo that the universe is whispering into your spirit, affirming that you are on the right path. You have longed for clarity, and now the veil is beginning to lift. But I do not withhold this truth from you. Clarity does not always arrive wrapped in comfort. Sometimes, the first burst of light aches in your eyes, for it exposes the parts of yourself you have hidden too long, the truths you were too afraid to face. The changes that are coming may unsettle you. They may pull you away from what once felt like your anchors. But remember this: no rebirth ever comes without labor pains. No sunrise ever breaks forth without first passing through the darkness of night. There will be moments when you doubt yourself. Questions will knock at the door of your mind. What if I'm on the wrong path? Is this truly heaven's will? Is what I'm giving up worth what I cannot yet see? And in those moments, I urgently call you. Do not listen to the voice of fear in your head. Return instead to the gentle voice within your heart, for it is there that I am speaking to you. It is there that your soul knows, more clearly than your mind ever could, that this is a time to walk by faith, not by feelings. Your mind may try to persuade you that you are taking a risk, that you should turn back, that you are abandoning stability for something uncertain. But I, the one who formed you and knows every thought before it takes shape, say this to you: you are not losing anything. You are making a way. You are not stepping backward. You are rising. And every step you take in obedience, even if trembling, is a step forward into the divine destiny I appointed for you before the foundation of the world. My angels are moving powerfully around you. They are not merely watching, they are intervening directly, clearing paths, opening doors, strengthening your faith. They are bringing signs, people, and divine alignments that appear to be coincidence, but are truly sacred orchestration. Each one of these is a gentle guiding hand from me, pieces of a greater picture that reveal the fullness of your transformation. And when you let your spirit listen, you will recognize this. I am whispering through it all. You have been prepared. Not a single day in your past was without meaning. Not one wound you have carried was wasted, for I have used each one to shape the resilience within you today. The disappointments that once brought you to your knees were actually deepening your capacity to endure, softening the soil of your heart so that new seeds could take root. And now, you, who have endured countless seasons of breaking, waiting, and moments that seem to steal everything, are the very one who has been refined for such a time as this. My child, I do not promise that you will always see the path clearly, but I do promise that my light will always be enough for the next step. I do not say you will never grow weary, but I assure you that in your weakness, my strength will be made perfect within you. And even on the days when all you can whisper is, "Lord, I'm not sure anymore," I will still be there, closer than your breath, gentler than the morning breeze, more faithful than anything you have ever known. This shift is a response to the years you remained faithful when no one was watching. It is the fruit of whispered prayers in the solitude of your heart, of the times you chose quiet forgiveness over retaliation, of the moments you clung to trust even when everything else had slipped away. And today, like a father watching his child grow stronger day by day, I stand at the threshold of your journey and whisper, "My child is ready." And though the road ahead may not be easy, I promise you, it will be worth it. Worth every tear you have shed, worth every silent ache you carried in your soul, worth every time you chose to rise when everything inside you begged you to surrender. Because on the other side of this transformation is a version of you that I have always seen. A bold, radiant, spiritually empowered being. One who does not merely live, but lives with purpose. One who does not merely walk, but walks to lead others. One who does not simply exist, but exists to reflect the glory of the one who created them. So do not turn back, beloved. Let the firmness of your spirit triumph over the confusion of your thoughts. Let the promises I have spoken be the anchor that steadies you when the winds rise. And remember this, you are not alone. I am here. The angels are guarding you. My arms are open wide. And you are stepping into a new chapter. A chapter written by the heavens themselves. A chapter where courage meets destiny. A place where your petitions will not only be answered, but fulfilled in the most glorious way. For I am the faithful God, and I have never once forgotten a prayer from the child I love with everlasting love. Now, as the appointed time draws near, I want you to understand that what you are going through is not merely an external change, but a sacred shift of foundational significance. This is a spiritual reconfiguration, a deliberate and profound realignment, where every part of you, from your thoughts and emotions to your faith and actions, will be reestablished according to the divine blueprint I designed for you before the dawn of creation. This is not an ordinary transformation. It is a purification, leading you closer to the ultimate purpose I embedded deep within your soul long ago. A purpose that can only be revealed when you are willing to shed the old and clothe yourself in the new garment of awareness and divine calling. This transition will strip away the masks life and circumstance have forced you to wear. It will expose the tender places, the wounded spaces, and even the limitations you once believed were permanent. But it is in this vulnerability that I will clothe you anew, with fresh wisdom, renewed courage, and radiant light. I will restore to you the freedom of your spirit, and from that place of liberation you will begin to walk, no longer driven by fear, no longer bound by the expectations of others, nor by the labels the world once placed upon you. And in this delicate yet transformative season, I have appointed someone, a person who may seem unreasonable by human standards, but who aligns perfectly with my divine wisdom. Though younger than you in physical years, this individual carries a soul marked by maturity, insight, and anointing from my very spirit. Do not let the difference in age cause you to question, for I do not measure people by the number of their earthly days. I weigh their maturity by how deeply their soul resonates with heaven. And this one, the person you are about to meet, is a soul of great depth, one who sees with clarity and walks in a sensitivity birthed from close intimacy with me. You will be surprised, perhaps even stunned, to find yourself encouraged, guided, and even challenged by the purity and strength within them. They are not coming to make you feel small or lacking, but to help you rise, to unlock places within you that have yet to be discovered. They will see potential in you that you have long forgotten. They will speak things that make your heart tremble, not because those things are new, but because they confirm what your spirit has always known. yet never dared to believe was true. You will learn more than you ever imagined. Not just intellectual lessons, but soul lessons, quiet yet powerful reminders, gazes that invite you to face yourself honestly, moments that draw you out of the safety of your comfort zone and into true growth. This person will not come to teach you as a teacher, but to walk with you as a mirror. Their maturity will create a sacred space where you can be wholly yourself, where every layer can fall away, and where healing is made possible through genuine connection. Their presence will challenge your old definitions of roles, of leadership, of age and authority. And as you release your resistance, you will find yourself lighter, more open, and more ready to step into the deeper maturity I have long prepared for you. They will not pressure you, but their unwavering spirit will make it impossible for you to turn back. They will not speak in cliches, but every word they share will echo in your thoughts for days. They are not flashy, but carry an inner radiance that only the humble will recognize. And then you will understand. I am the one who brought them into your life, not to replace anything within you, but to unlock what has been waiting to be released. This is not a connection that comes from striving, but from divine orchestration. Not a bond meant to gratify, but to fulfill. And when you allow yourself to be touched by the light within them, you will see it is not about how great they are, but about how wondrously I have moved to bring them to you at the exact moment your heart became ready. This is the season in which I am refining you, not so you can become different, but so you can become exactly who I envisioned when I created you. And that person, with all their freshness, strength, wisdom, and delicate grace, will be part of my hands shaping your soul. Receive this with gratitude, not because you feel deserving, but because you trust in my unconditional love. Allow me to use this person to awaken the sacred within you, to stir dormant potential, and to lead you into a new journey where you no longer live by comparison, but by divine conviction. My beloved, this is not merely a change, it is a repositioning, a spiritual turning point that I am using to move you out of stagnation and into the place I have always desired for you to be. Do not shy away from the unfamiliar. Do not retreat because it feels strange. Do not doubt what your mind cannot fully grasp. For the sacred is rarely easy to explain, but always rich in power. And what I am doing in your life through this person is the answer to all the prayers you thought I had forgotten. This is the moment for you to be courageous, courageous enough to open your heart, to relearn, to reflect, and to move forward. For the light is drawing near, and you are the one chosen to receive it. With all humility, with all expectancy, you will step into a season where transformation is no longer a distant concept, but a living reality. And I, the faithful one, will be there, guiding, preserving, and fulfilling what I have begun. For I never place something precious in your hands without also protecting it and leading you to use it for my glory. Believe, my beloved, for nothing I do is ever random. This person, this journey, and the changes now unfolding, they are all part of my loving heart and perfect plan for you. Your angels, the ones who have always been near, even when you were unaware, are working tirelessly to ensure that every detail, every person, every circumstance will arrive not a moment too soon nor too late, but precisely at the divinely appointed time. What you once saw as coincidence is now being revealed as perfectly interlocking pieces of a grand picture that only I can see in full. You do not need to understand everything right now. You do not need to see every step ahead. The only invitation I extend to you in this moment is to trust. Trust that your angels are not only guarding you, but are also in harmony with me in every movement, bringing the right person, the right situation, the right opportunity, so that you may walk not only in safety, but in the fulfillment of a long-nurtured promise. Every delay, every sudden turn, every moment of waiting, they are not hindrances, but necessary alignments to allow all things to unfold in the most perfect way for you. The person I am bringing into your life, one who will walk with you in this new chapter, is not merely a support in the physical, but a soul divinely appointed to move in rhythm with yours. They come not as one who will impose or control, but as a guide whose presence is gentle and free. They will not bind you in dependence, but accompany you in freedom. And above all, they are a living sign that I am still listening, still leading, and still completing what I have begun in your life. You will recognize them not by thunderous signs or extraordinary wonders, but by a quiet peace that settles in your soul, a peace that does not arise from having everything figured out, but from the deep knowing within your spirit that this is a sacred connection. They will not replace my guidance, but they will be the tangible arm I place beside you, to remind you that you are not alone, to encourage you when you feel weary, and to echo the beauty of the path you are now walking together. As you begin to move, as you step into this new space, allow your heart to open with expectancy rather than fear, because this space is not just a physical location, it is a new realm in the spirit where you will be stretched, challenged, and renewed. There will be moments when you feel overwhelmed, as though swimming in a vast ocean yet unexplored, but it is in those very moments that your angels will whisper in your ear, "Do not be afraid. We are here." They will be present in the smallest details, a ray of sunlight at just the right time, a phrase spoken casually yet striking the very chord your soul needed to hear, a door that opens without you ever knocking. They will remind you that every moment carries beauty, even when the shift makes you feel disoriented. For you are not called to understand everything, but to fully live. Not called to control, but to trust and to walk in step with my gentle yet powerful leading. My child, walk as one who has been prepared, for truly you have been. Not in a moment, but through seasons of waiting, through disappointments that tested your hope, through falls that once seemed like the end. All of it was laying the foundation for this very day. And today I am not calling you to remain where you are. I am calling you to step forward. And I am not merely calling, I am going before you to make the way. The one who will walk beside you in this new season will not live life for you, but they will awaken in you a new breath of life. They will not decide on your behalf, but they will remind you of the value in making right choices. They will not reshape your identity, but they will help you rediscover the true image I placed within you. They will see in you what many have overlooked. They will believe in what I have embedded in your spirit, and in that belief, you will begin to trust yourself the way I have always trusted you. And then, day by day, step by step, breath by breath, you will begin to feel a lightness within. Not because the journey has become easier, but because my presence will become clearer than ever. And there, amidst the shifting, amidst the surprises, amidst the unknowns, you will see that my love has not changed, my protection has not lessened, my guidance has never been delayed. So then, my beloved, step in, be courageous. Let the angels who are already waiting lead you through each layer of transformation. Let the one I have placed beside you be the proof that your prayers have touched heaven, and allow yourself to become the evidence for the world that when a soul believes and walks in obedience, Nothing is impossible. You are being led into a new chapter, and I, with all my love and power, am writing this chapter with my own hand. No deviation, no haste, no lack, only the perfection that flows from heaven. And you are living in that very moment. Take hold of it, for I have chosen you, and I have never been mistaken. I am inviting you now, at the very intersection, where the old begins to fade and the new begins to unfold. Gently let go of all that still clings to your soul. Resist no longer. Release the coverings that once protected you but now weigh you down. Lay down every worry, every reason that once held you back from stepping forward. The whispers of fear, the silent accusations, the unfinished memories that have lingered in your shadows. Today, I invite you to leave them behind. Because, my child, what is coming is not random. It is a sacred gift, not wrapped in dazzling appearances, but cloaked in my powerful love. A gift not meant to overwhelm, but to unlock. A gift carefully prepared by angels, delicately designed to bring you closer to the most complete version of yourself, the version you've carried in your soul since the beginning, but whose voice you've forgotten because of wounds and doubt. This movement is not merely a shift in location. It is the opening of a path toward spiritual awakening. It will bring you to a land where your heart is free to beat with truth, where your soul can breathe deeply, unburdened by the expectations of others. And there, in that sacred space, you will begin to perceive change not with the natural eye, but with every subtle vibration of your heart. Everything will begin to align in a miraculous way, as though an unseen hand is guiding every fragmented piece of your life into its rightful place. And you will understand, it was not luck, it was not coincidence, but divine timing, set before the foundation of the world was laid. When that person appears, the one I have chosen to be your companion on this journey of transformation, you will not need to analyze or second guess. You will simply know, not through logic, but through a deep confirmation within your soul. Their presence will feel like a familiar sound echoing from your sacred past. Something not entirely new, but remembered. They will not come as a savior, but as a companion, a light bearer for your darkest paths, a gentle voice reminding you of the light within when you forget it yourself. And then, everything will begin to make more sense. The seemingly scattered pieces of your life will begin to align, as if your entire journey has been preparing you for this very moment, when all things fall into place. The doors that once closed will no longer cause you pain, because now you will know. There are other doors, wider ones, deeper ones, truer ones, waiting to open before you. Those who once walked away from your life will become mere memories that no longer hold power, because the one I send is not meant to fill a void, but to support you as you step into a deeper dimension of the destiny I've appointed for you. You will feel it vividly that this is not just the start of a new journey, but the opening chapter of a season overflowing with beauty, one you once barely dared to hope for. But now, that hope is becoming real. No longer distant, no longer fragile, but steady and clear. The longings in your heart, the yearning to live authentically, to be loved unconditionally, to walk in light and purpose, will begin to be fulfilled, little by little. And the wonder of it all is this: in the midst of your becoming, you will realize that the higher self I created you to be was never something you had to strive for. It has always been there. It has always existed, Now, my light, my love, and the timely presence of the companion I send will gently help you peel away each layer, each doubt, each burden, so that the truest essence within you can finally be revealed. You will no longer strive to become, but will simply be. And that freedom, my beloved, is the most precious gift I give. My child, this is not a fleeting beginning, not a temporary joy. This is the first step into a sacred season, a season where all that you have learned through pain will become shining pearls of wisdom, a season where everything you once lost will be restored in ways that far exceed your expectations, a season where you no longer have to fight to be seen, but simply walk in the assurance that you are loved and chosen to reveal my glory on this earth. And though there may still be cloudy days ahead, moments when your heart grows weary because the path ahead remains unclear, I remind you, you are not alone. My angels are still with you. They continue to prepare the way, quietly lifting you with each step. Your companion will be there to remind you of what you have heard from me, of what you have known deep within, even if it gets forgotten in the noise of life. And I, who have never left your side, not even for a moment, will still be your refuge, your renewal, and the one who gathers the broken pieces of your life and binds them together with unconditional love. Step into this new chapter, not with fear, but with gratitude, not with doubt, but with anticipation, not with burdens, but with arms wide open, ready to receive what I am about to give. Because, my dear one, I have seen you, I have heard you, and I have chosen you. Not because you are perfect, but because you are mine, and nothing can stop me from fulfilling the goodness I have promised for you. This is the beginning. This is the moment. This is the invitation to step into what your heart has long whispered for. And now, it is no longer a dream. It is a sacred reality unfolding before your eyes. Walk forward, steadily, gently, and full of faith, for I am walking with you, and everything is falling into place, just as I intended, just as heaven has written, just as your soul has awaited, through countless seasons. And now, this very hour, everything begins. Now, lift up your sincere prayer to me. You may speak it like this: Lord, I sense something is shifting deep within my soul. Something vast, something beyond what I can fully grasp. I find myself standing at the threshold of a transformation, not only of circumstances, but of destiny itself. Please grant me the courage to step through that door, and a tender spirit to receive all that you are preparing for me. I know this moment has been divinely appointed. Please help me not to miss it out of fear or hesitation. Lord, I open my heart to receive the one whom the angels are bringing. Though they may be younger than I am, I trust that they come with a sacred mission. Help me to recognize them not by their appearance, but by the light you have placed within them. Grant me the humility to learn, the discernment to perceive, and the love to connect in holiness and purpose. I believe that this person is an answer to the quietest prayers of my heart. Lord, there are moments when my heart grows uneasy at the thought of this shift. I confess I do not understand it all, and sometimes I am afraid. But today, I choose to trust. I choose to place my hand in yours and be led like a child who trusts their father. Please take away all anxiety and replace it with peace that surpasses all understanding. I do not need to see the entire map, only to know that you are going before me. Lord, I feel it clearly. This past season is drawing to a close and a new one is opening. Teach me how to release what has passed and soften my heart to welcome what is new. Clear my mind of every lingering doubt and sow fresh seeds of hope into my spirit. I do not want to step into the new season with an old heart. Renew me by your very Spirit. Lord, I have come to understand that what is approaching is part of a greater plan you have ordained. Though I may not yet see the full picture, I trust that each of my steps is divinely ordered. Teach me obedience even when I do not understand. Let my faith rise above my emotions. May I not delay in following your lead, for I believe that through this process, you are leading me into a life that reflects the highest version of who you created me to be. Lord, transform the way I see the world. Through the one you are sending, expand the vision of my spirit. Help me to perceive the good, even in what seems ordinary. Grant me sensitivity to recognize every small miracle that opens the way for something greater. Let me not overlook sacred signs simply because they appear in humble form. Lord, I pray that every movement in my life would come into perfect alignment with the call of my soul. Do not let me stray from the path you have marked for me. Even if I must walk through trials, even if confusion tries to cloud my way, let me always hear your voice and feel the nearness of the angels who accompany me. I long to live a life that reflects your will, with purpose, with clarity, and with a heart wholly devoted to you. Lord, I thank you for never leaving me, not even for a single moment. In every seemingly random path I've walked, I have come to recognize your unseen hand, quietly guiding my steps. Thank you for the angels who have faithfully stood by my side, preparing the way, loosening tangled knots, and leading me to this divinely appointed time. Thank you for your unwavering patience, for your steadfast love, and for your gentle yet powerful guidance. Today, my heart overflows with gratitude for every piece of my life's puzzle, whether joy or sorrow, is being perfectly aligned under your sovereign hand. I give thanks for the one who is about to step into my life, not by chance, but as a heavenly gift. I thank you that this change is not a loss, but an addition, a blessing. A new chapter is unfolding, and I bow in deep reverence for the privilege of entering it under the light of your divine leading. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. If you love the Lord, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of the life-giving, meaningful messages from Him. Together, we will grow in faith and live a life fully immersed in His love. Amen.